now to Lesley Marin. She is live in North Hollywood, just outside of the Royal Fresh supermarket, where we're getting reports that multiple people have been injured in a shooting. What do you have for us, Lesley?
At this point, DeMarco, I can tell you that we don't know how many victims were in this shooting at this point. One of the officers here on scene did tell me that it was possibly a robbery that then turned into a shooting, but police have not confirmed how many victims may have been shot in this, or really if anyone had been shot at this point. Take a look at the scene behind me. This is the Royal Fresh supermarket here on Sherman Way and Coldwater Canyon in North Hollywood. You can see police have this entire parking lot blocked off. Take a look at the Dollar Tree store. Now you can see there's a lot of people we believe that may have actually been in the supermarket, as well as the Dollar Tree, that are still hanging out here. Obviously, they need to talk to police. Police need to get their witness statements if they saw anything. When we did arrive here, we did see one cop car did have at least one person in the back seat. We do not know if they were arrested or detained or their involvement in this shooting. But you can see here there are employees from that Royal Fresh market walking around here in the parking lot. We have not been able to get close enough to them to actually speak to them. But again, police are trying to do what they can to figure out what happened here. We have heard reports of possibly an arrest has been made. We're again waiting to hear from a sergeant here at the scene just to get more information. But this again is in North Hollywood, a shooting at the Royal Fresh supermarket here on Sherman Way and Coldwater Canyon. Of course, very difficult for LAPD, as you know, they are also handling some of those evacuations over in the Getty fire, so their resources spread very thin this morning. But you can see they're out here investigating, doing what they have to do to figure out what happened here. DeMarco, Suzanne.
Lesley, before you go, are there any bystanders out there nearby? Have you had a chance? I know you just arrived on the scene, so it's very little that you could do, but have you had a chance to speak with anybody who might have been in one of those places?
You know, we did speak to a gentleman who was in the parking lot. He said he actually arrived after police had already arrived to the scene, so he didn't see anything, but he did tell me that everyone the Royal Fresh Market as well as the Dollar Tree, both which are open, both were evacuated. Police have cleared those scenes. The Staples, which is also in this parking lot, you know, we can see that it is not open, so no one was in there, but at this point we haven't been really able to get close enough to the people who may have been here to speak with them, but we're going to work on that in the next few minutes here.
All right, Lesley, if you could get your photographer to pan over toward the Dollar General there, and also toward the Fresh Market, as we continue to monitor this situation and give you an update on what we know just from hearing from Lesley and our sources at the desk. Multiple people apparently involved in a market shooting. We don't know if any of the victims were shot, but we have learned from Lesley that the suspect, there is someone who's in a police car. So sometimes that could be the suspect, or it could be someone that they're questioning, just trying to learn more information about this situation here. Because whenever you get the report, when we got the report that there were multiple people, unfortunately, in the days that we're living in now, you're like, oh no, multiple people down in a shooting.